Convicted of possession of weapons and drugs, feels the law doesn't apply to him.
This is not a game, it's my life.
What happened inside a courtroom today?
A Winnipeg man who calls himself a freeman of the land says his life is being threatened by the justice system. Dean Clifford is convicted of being in possession of drugs and guns, but doesn't feel the law applies to him. And after refusing to take a judge's order, Clifford was forced back to court this afternoon where he was scolded. Now, Global's Lorraine Nickel was there to speak to Clifford outside of court. Lorraine, what happened inside?
Heather, today in court, the judge told Dean Clifford that he's living in a fantasy land and to stop wasting the court's time with his nonsense. Clifford is a self-proclaimed free man who doesn't think he should abide by the law, even though he broke it.
All property, I want it back. Now I demand it.
They call themselves freemen of the land. They drive without a driver's license and don't pay taxes.
I thought I'd take this opportunity while I was committing a crime in progress here by driving without permission from the government.
Followers say they're independent of the government and don't believe the laws apply to them.
That makes it real, agreement of the parties.
Dean Clifford is one of the group's leaders. This summer, the Winnipeg man was convicted of breaking the law for possession of drugs and guns. But the judge can't sentence him until he is interviewed by a probation officer, something Clifford has refused. In fact, he even sent the judge emails demanding $50,000 for his time in court. Monday, the judge called a special hearing telling Clifford to stop playing games.
This is not a game, it's my life. It's my life, and he calls it a game because I'm willing to stand up for myself and try to exercise my rights.
Justice Chris Martin scolded Clifford for 15 minutes, telling him he's living in a fantasy land, saying this nonsense has to stop today, telling Clifford, I have shown respect to you, and I'm not getting it in return.
I don't care what he says, it's his opinion. Good for him. I'm either a slave or I'm not. They're either going to throw me in jail or they're not.
Clifford has fought nearly 40 charges, many for driving without a license, and has already spent 16 months in jail before getting bail. RCMP in Manitoba have kept a close eye on the group in the past and say, we do not currently have active investigations, but we remain aware of this group's existence and the challenge that it sometimes presents. Clifford says he's taking his fight for freedom to the Supreme Court.
I've got a massive battle ahead of me because I'm tired of this. I want to be left alone.
Once Clifford completes his pre-sentence interview, the judge can then sentence him, which is expected to happen November 5th. Heather?
Thanks, Lorraine. Global's Lorraine Nickel reporting from the law courts tonight.